Will?
Hey?
Is that you?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm smoking. That last physiology test was so hard. Really stressed
You're
out.
smoking a cigarette?
Yeah, that's what this is.
Oh, man. Will, do you know what smoking can do to you?
No, I don't.
Well, it can cause COPD. Do you know what COPD is?
Never heard of it.
Alright, well, COPD can cause coughing and can produce large amounts of mucus, wheezing, shortness of breath, chest tightness, and many other terrible symptoms. Cigarettes and tobacco can cause COPD, so exactly what you're doing right now. But it can also be caused by air pollution or secondhand smoke. So, I mean, maybe you're giving me COPD right now. COPD includes two conditions. The first one is emphysema, and it means that the walls between many of the air sacs are damaged. So the air sacs lose their shape and become really floppy. Air sacs, which leads to less and larger air sacs. This means that gas exchange in the lungs is reduced. In bronchitis, which is the other condition, the lining of the airway is constantly irritated and inflamed. This makes the lining thick. This also creates a thick layer of mucus in the airway, which makes it really hard to breathe. Don't you want to be able to breathe?
I don't need to breathe. It's not necessary.
Well, it is a major disability, and it's the third leading cause of death in the United States.
Wow.
Millions of people are diagnosed. When you get older, it may limit your ability to do basic activities like walking, cooking, or taking care of yourself. It's usually diagnosed in your middle ages or as older adults. And there is no cure to COPD. Doctors don't know how to reverse the damage to the airways in the lungs.
Sounds serious.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. The only treatment you can do is to change your lifestyle, and this will help slow down the progress of the disease.
So if I stop smoking, it can get better?
Yeah, if you stop smoking, you're going to lower the risks of getting COPD.
What am I doing with my life? This isn't worth it.
So right now, Will, I'm going to begin to explain what will happen to you if you have COPD. So first we begin with having you as your healthy self. You have round, smaller alveoli in your lungs, which makes it easier to breathe, and you are capable of doing more aerobic to normal activity in your daily lives. But now we'll see you with COPD. You have more spots on your lungs. You have larger, more floppy alveoli, which takes up more space and it makes it more difficult for you to breathe. It causes mucus to build up, and eventually it goes to unintended weight loss, and you get wrinkles due to that. So now I'm going to explain the difference between chronic bronchitis and emphysema. So chronic bronchitis is the inflammation or irritation of the bronchioles. Some symptoms are thick mucus, which make it hard to breathe. There's cough and wheezing involved, and you have shortness of breath, and it usually is a long-term condition. But now as we look at emphysema, there's a decrease in pulmonary elastic recoil, which means that your lungs can't really expand to the capacity they're used to. Lung volume increases is higher than normal. It has an altered relationship between the pulmonary alveoli and the pulmonary intrapleural, and then this leads to compression of airways, and eventually for you to get a disease. And finally, there's the body compensates with hyperventilation to lower the cardiac output, which leads to weight loss and also loss of muscle. So, body mass.